Hello and welcome to this review of Clubhouse Gin. I don't know when it was introduced. I never could find out. All I know is that Clubhouse Gin is made by Heaven Hill Distilleries of Bardstown, Kentucky. It is 80 proof. It says here, extra dry London dry gin. This gin is extra dry, smooth and delicious. 100% grain neutral spirits, especially selected and bottled by Kentucky Standard Distillers, Bardstown, Kentucky. Well, that is really an alias name for Heaven Hill. It's an interesting label. They have like a country club, clubhouse, golf clubs, a man and a horse, a fishing rod, and a rifle. So, it's an interesting label. This is a 375 milliliter bottle. I bought it in Hammond, Louisiana at Hammond Quick Stop. The only place I've ever seen this in my life. They had a 200 milliliter bottle and this 375 milliliter. And I got it for a very low price. Another thing, this bottle is from 2007. There's the bottle 07. They've got to have a date, guys, and they've got one. Now, they don't have an exact that I can tell production date. There's a code here. It's J1404. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I've never had it. Alright, the first video review for this gin in the world. I was looking on the Heaven Hill website and they said this comes in a 200 milliliter plastic bottle, 375 milliliter plastic bottle, the 1.75 liter, that's 1,750 milliliter bottle, and the glass 750 milliliter bottle. Similar to this glass Crown Rust gin. I know that came out in 1990, found that out. And that's a rival company, Sazerac. The Sazerac, same thing, you get it in the plastic and the glass. Alright, never had this Kentucky distilled gin. I don't know if it's common in your area. It's certainly not common here. I don't know how that store got a hold of those two single bottles. Some alcohol legs, unusual looking alcohol legs. They're like rumpled at the top. It's clear with a little bit of sediment in it, believe it or not. It's not totally filtered. There are some little grit particles. That is very strange. I did that vodka one time, K&B vodka from Sazerac, and it had looked like little black flecks in it. I don't know what that was. Okay. Or was that the Crown Rust vodka? One of those two had that. And that was very strange. Here's sirens. Hope they're okay here. On Easter Sunday. Went to 7 o'clock Mass. Beautiful. Even chanting from the priest during the liturgy. Beautiful music. Alright. Okay. Interesting look. The aroma. It's like straight rubbing alcohol. I mean, it literally smells like rubbing alcohol. Hope it isn't. So there's alcohol burn in the nose and really nothing else. It's when I first popped the cap, I smelled the juniper berries and the spiced aroma, but now maybe there's a very low level spice. Now with this Crown Rus from Sazerac, like Jonathan Brown would do, almost thought I got some lemon peel, but I guess that can't be true. I've drunk down a good amount, so I can't pick up. I don't know. No, but anyway, this one can't compete with this one because this one tells us right here, finest gin made. So it's the finest gin made. No use really reviewing any others. This is the best, according to the company. Best in the world. So let's just look at a pour substitute. Here we go. That is a very strong citrus peel flavor, even more so than the Seagram's Distiller's Reserve gin. So I'm expecting this to taste kind of funky bad like the Crystal Palace, although I had to admit later the Crystal Palace did improve as I drank on that bottle. But I was expecting something like that, but no. It's like lemon. It's like Sprite, lemon lime. You would not have to mix this with Sprite because it tastes like Sprite without the carbonation. It is very weird, and it is very interesting, and honestly, it's pretty good. I don't think you'd ever see this in any clubhouse. Hammond Quick Stop on US Highway 190 eastbound is only about 1.5 miles from the golf course in Hammond, Louisiana. If you go to their clubhouse, they'll have gin, Tanqueray, and they'll probably make you a Tanqueray and tonic. They may have Seagram's. I don't think they're going to have Clubhouse, but I don't know that. I just am assuming that they would not. It's medium bodied. It's dry. I mean, you know, I'm just like stuff really is extra dry. Let's try a little experiment. Hold on a minute, folks. Now I found that the Crown Rus was more enjoyable with ice added. So let's see how this works. If the ice is going to help it. Now it's fine as it is. I mean, I drank it neat, room temperature, not in the freezer. It's a strong, and that's the flavor. A little underneath spiciness, pepperiness, okay, but this strong lemon peel and even lemon and lime juice, which I find strange. It's not a strong juniper berry, okay? Really, almost none of that. Now, who are the distillery masters at Heaven Hill? Who are the distillery masters? The Beam family, a branch of the Jim Beam family, in fact. And they have always been the distillery masters at Heaven Hill. So something's telling me these people know what they're doing. There's a whole bunch of gins from this company. Burnett's is their featured gin, and there's I could read it off to you right here real fast. They have Aristocrat, Ashby's, the Clubhouse I'm drinking, Country Gentleman, Zarkoff, Distiller's Pride, Haller's, Heaven Hill, their own brand, Importers, Kingsley, Mohawk, Newport, Quality House, and Reed, R-E-A-D-E. Many of these are probably brands that they acquired from buyouts. I just could not find any history or anything on this. If you know anything about Clubhouse Gin, let me know. I just don't know. I'm sorry. it's mellowing it out. You know, the ice seems to help, but it's, oh, and it's bringing out some pepper, black pepper, and some antiseptic from the doctor's office, honestly. Well, it looks like Kentucky, right? I mean, just the label looks like what you would see in central Kentucky, and the taste is unusual. It's a little exotic, but it's hardly bad, and I would recommend it. So if you ever see Clubhouse Gin, and I got this bottle for $1.99. Which to me is a great deal. I think it was an unusually low price, and I don't think it was necessarily even, well, anyway. All right, but anyway, that's the deal I swung, all right, $1.99. Normally it'll probably be about $3.75 for that bottle. Interesting, you never know until you try it, right? So you could judge it by saying, oh, it's some cheap gin from some, well, it's not a bad company, so you can't say that. Heaven Hill is a well-regarded company, right? So you can't say that. And maybe it's cheap, but so what? This is cheap. This was $7.99. Oh, I'm sorry, $7.49. I remember $7.49 plus tax. Tastes really good. So that's it. I would recommend it. End of production. Take this record album down. Oh, that's